I'll be sure to hear you, I promise.
I feel like that's supposed to be an insult.
No, it's not supposed to be. I just...
Relax, I was just pulling your leg. Go have fun saving the souls of the damned. I promise the cabin won't be up in flames when you get back. And if it is, then it wasn't my fault.
Right, right. Bye, Vorde. And thank you again for doing this.
Oh, fuck! Shit! What the hell? Don't sneak up on me like that! It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, the water disappeared. It's called magic. I can tell it's going to be a long day. Well, I'm a Vorde, and you're Monosros' new conquest, I assume. Nice to meet you. Oh, I didn't know you heard us talking. Yeah, Mono just left. Going out to do his rounds of bringing comfort to new arrivals. It's his whole thing. You ask a lot of questions, you know that? If Monosros had warned me you were going to be the interrogator type, then maybe I would have thought twice before agreeing to watch over you for the day. I don't know why he does it. He just does. Maybe there's some sort of instinctual thing. Maybe it's because he has nothing better to do. He is trapped here like the rest of us. So it makes sense that he'd want to do something like this to, I don't know, cope or whatever. That's a way to flip the script on me, huh? One minute you're asking about Mono, the next you're asking about me. What about me? I'm a demon, yeah. What about it? Oh, you're not an Arcanite, are you? Yeah, figures. That explains why you're staring at me as if I'm about to steal your soul. Which I don't even have the power to do, by the way. Not because we're both dead. If we were alive, trying to nab your soul would be like trying to get hedgehogs to fly or something. Impossible. Alright then, let's just jump into the basics, shall we? I don't really get paid enough for this. Mind you, I don't get paid at all. Right, I'm a demon. Not a quote-unquote biblically accurate one, mind you, but rather a magical one. No, I don't come from another plane of existence. No, people do not summon me to do their bidding. No, I'm not immortal, clearly. Yes, I am supernatural. Yes, I know magic. And yes, I will attempt to explain magic to you. Did I miss anything? No, I'm not ruled over by a demon king. There is no king that I know of. I don't know how much has changed since I died, but I doubt a singular demon suddenly rose to power over the entirety of my people. From what I remember, demons follow the same laws as any Arcanite. Just have to get through this. Just this day. Just this one fucking day. Arcanites are people with magical abilities. I trust that you don't have to ask me what magic is, and you already know what it is. Good. Have I mentioned that you ask a lot of questions? Then I'll say it again. You ask a lot of questions. You know, most souls who end up here either have a mental breakdown because they can't remember anything, or they just kind of resign themselves to the fact that they're dead. You're different. You're actually curious about your circumstances. And while it's a refreshing change of pace, it's a little, well, you could ask less questions. Yeah, most people who end up here seem lost. They're not ready for a new life, even though they can't really remember the old one, so they mostly just float around aimlessly throughout this place. I mean, some of them have gathered together in a more generalized, popularized area, but it's all the same. Hey, I guess that answers an earlier question of yours. Why Mono does what he does. Maybe he does have a savior complex. As I said, you'd have to ask him. He said that? Me? Better at explaining things. Is that why you're asking me so many questions? Well, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I wouldn't put it past Mono to say that either. His specialty has always been comforting people. And if said people want an explanation, he drags me into the picture. I'm guessing he picked up on the fact that you ask a lot of questions, so that's why he asked me to look after you, to answer any questions you may have. I guess that means you can ask more questions, yes. I'm not about to info dump this shit on you and have you confused. I have standards. What do you want to know? Jumping right into it, I see. I already told you that people with magic are called arcanites. Even then, that's an umbrella term for basically any supernatural abilities an individual, human or otherwise, may have. I'm assuming the reasons why you never knew about magic is either because A, you somehow forgot about an entire life that would have been influenced by said magic, and that's unlikely because most people who end up here do retain some memories from their former life. That's reason A. Reason E is because you're not magical. Which seems more likely? Exactly. No, there's no way for you to get magic, whether or not you're alive. It's something you have to be born with. If you're lucky, you could have a magical ancestor somewhere on your family tree, which could result in you either being common-born or semi-magical. Or you could just get turned by a vampire, but they're not exactly the most social kind of people. That's a lot of questions. No, it's fine. I know that learning about an entire new world you didn't even know existed can spark curiosity. Just maybe stick to one question at a time, please. I don't do stuff rapid fire. Thank you. Now, ask again, one by one. Give me a chance to answer. Common-borns are arcanites who are born to non-magical parents, or humans without magic. Semi-magicals are people with a very weak control over magic. In fact, it can be so weak that they don't even know that they have magical abilities. Is it really so hard to believe that vampires exist? I mean, if demons are real, then anything's possible, right? Werewolves do exist, actually. They're just not called werewolves. They prefer the term shifter, from what I remember. I'm not taking the piss. And shifters aren't just limited to wolves, either. There's a whole array of different animal shifters out there. There are also changelings, too. They can change their form into a variety of things, from what I remember. I gotta say, for someone who literally died yesterday and is currently finding out that magic and creatures of the night exist, You're taking all of this really well. I get that because you can't really remember much about your life. All of this isn't hitting as hard as it probably should be, but are you sure you're not deflecting or something? That is true. If you don't plan on leaving, then you might as well learn about everything you missed out on in life. But I just wanted to make sure that you weren't asking questions to distract yourself from whatever's happening in your head. I'm not qualified to discuss that kind of stuff, but I've been here a long time. I've seen how people cope with being dead. Some ignore it, others let it rule over them. Still, others obsess over what fragments they can remember about their life. I've seen it all, though I'm not really sure how to help. That's Mona's shop.
We balance out each other. He brings comfort where he can, and I bring answers where I can. We're sort of like a team, I guess.
Oh, did he tell you that? I guess we're friends. We've been around for the same amount of time. I mean, I don't really hang around here all that often. I'm off looking for a way out of here. But I always come back to him, to this little generalized area. Yeah. We're friends. Plus, he, totally saved my ass from some feral monster when I first got here, so there's that, too. I see that I still have a lot of explaining to do. Where shall I begin, then?